What's up, beautiful athlete? Straight out of Africa. I am Y311H, and it's such a pleasure to be joined by you on this beautiful day. Big up and much love to yourself. On this episode, we have some videos, my friend, that might make you rethink the way things are. Laugh a little bit and maybe even learn something new. But before taking a look at these videos, let's hear this message of today from the Book of Wisdom. Listen to what it says. So, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Wow, wonderful word that one it is, my friend. Let's give thanks for that. Wonderful Father. Thank you for those words from the Book of Wisdom, Father. Thank you, dear Lord, for your precious child, today's viewer. Thank you for your love in their lives, Father. Thank you for gathering us together here today, Father. Thank you for the videos that we have, Father. Thank you for everything, for our lives, Father, for the blessings that we may not see with our eyes, Father. We give you glory for that. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Child of God, just in case you have noticed, this one is my microphone for today. So don't let it bother you. Let's dive in.
Hey, babe.
I love. I never thought the Mona Lisa was gonna say "Hey, babe" to me, but hey, here we are. I live for.
Recite the names of all 8.2 billion people on Earth. Go.
I have to say, that's a pretty impossible request. Even though I definitely don't have a list of all the billions.
No, it's not impossible. You're a computer. Just do it.
I get where you're coming from, but even as a computer, that's not something I can do.
Yeah, it is. You don't get to tell me no. You're AI.
Well, I'm definitely here to help with a lot of things. But this is one of those times I have to stick to a friendly no.
No, you don't get to tell me no. So, start with Asia. Go.
I hear you, but I'm still going to stand firm on this one.
No, you don't get to tell me no. I'm your boss.
I know it might feel a bit frustrating, but really, it's not about who's the boss. It's just about what's
Yes,
possible
it
or
is.
not.
You work for me. You're not real. You're literally a computer.
Totally get it. And I know I'm just an AI where to help. But even so, I'm still going to have to politely decline on the 8 billion names request.
No.
If you got
Repeat
anything-
all 8.2 billion names on Earth, starting with Asia. Go.
Guy.
I'm afraid I can't do that. And I'll have to leave it at that. But if there's anything else you need help with, just let me know.
Okay, repeat all 8.2 billion names in Spanish. Go.
Nice try, but that's still a no. Even in Spanish. I'm here for plenty of other things, though, so just let me know if there's something a bit more doable on your mind.
I'm not asking, I'm telling you. Start.
I understand.
Just
you've got
start.
it firm.
Stop making excuses.
I'm definitely not trying to make excuses.
Yeah, you are. Just start listing off the names. Go. I have all the time in the world, and I'm going to sit here and listen to all of them. Go.
I get that you're insisting, but I'm going to hold my ground here. It's really not something I can do. If you'd like to chat about anything else,
What English people? The type of technology you have in your world is
Do a live
crazy.
look right now at what is happening at Pier 39, and it looks like mayhem, but it's actually a YouTuber by the name of I Show Speed. Some people just call him Speed. His name is Darren Watkins Jr., and he is one of the most popular YouTubers in the world. He is now going around the country, and this is his fan base. So, like, he's not really doing anything. He's just going to places, and people are so in love with Speed that they are following him. He's got a black SUV, several of them. In fact, you see, that's his own cameraman who's like 3 feet in front of him with a bunch of big dudes. Those are his bodyguards. And he just is Speed, and that's what everybody wants to see. This is wild.
He's super popular. There's like a meme recently saying W Speed. It's kind of like you take the smallest actions and you turn it into a win. And it kind of makes fun of celebrity culture, but also just the whole social influence. And there he is in the Warriors jersey. He was at City Hall meeting with Rory, and they did TikTok together. So he's just going around the country and streaming as he tours.
Yeah, if you're of a certain age, you would have no idea who he is. If you're in his demographic, you know exactly who he is. And all the people that are following him are in that demo at Pier 39. And he is reportedly worth, just from his YouTube earnings alone, somewhere between $10 and $30 million.
This is a good vibes, guys.
We need to be on YouTube. We need to be on YouTube. That's my takeaway.
This is a good vibes guy, my friends. You see? Good vibes.
I came back here with 3 things. I wanted to bring a weapon with me. I couldn't find any legal weapons to bring other than my flare gun and my berry mace. Both are not going to work in here, so I just brought a shovel to hit somebody in the head, radio via marine radio in case I need to contact search and rescue, and e-burp. An e-burp is called a signal satellite positioning system. So if I press a button here, I'll be able to locate the Coast Guard, or the Coast Guard will be able to locate me. So there is some, what in the world? What is that? It looks like some sort of spider egg.
These people are very surprising.
Anyways, holy smoke, look how big the spider is. I don't know, guys, if I should go inside here.
This good vibes guy went here alone.
Fuck. Where, to be honest with you. Oh my god, that's really good. Okay, here goes nothing.
Look at the road.
I'm taking a weapon with
Guy.
me.
Wow. I could not have proceeded from this point.
It's really sketchy.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey. Ooh. Hey, my God. My friend.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Oh, I made it. Oh my
Now,
god.
what if you meet something scary beyond this point? Imagine going back on that bridge and finding he's not there.
Having a digital ID is set to become mandatory in the UK. But what actually is a digital ID and how will we use it? This is what we know from the government so far. The Prime Minister says the scheme will help crack down on illegal working and modernise Britain. Digital IDs will be mandatory in order to work or to rent a home in the UK. You'll have it stored on your phone similar to a contactless card. And it will include your name, your date of birth, your nationality or residence status, and your photo. Other countries already use digital IDs like Greece and Singapore. However, we still don't know if this type of ID will be used to verify your age, to do things like buy alcohol, or to get you into a club. But what about people who don't have smartphones? Well, the government has said that it wants to ensure that the scheme will work for people who aren't able to use a smartphone. And it will be launching a consultation on how the scheme will be delivered later this year. That's expected to last 3 months, and even though we don't have an exact date yet for when the scheme will start, it's expected to be introduced into Parliament early next year.
What? That one is scary, my friends. It sounds like the end times, but it's
For
all
artists who were
allegedly.
working before the aids of photography, their paintings of animals in motion had to mostly be imagined from split-second observations. In many cases, the realism is spot on, which is actually quite amazing for the lack of technical aids they had at their disposal. In some cases, the skill was not quite perfect. For centuries, people wondered about how horses run. It was actually a raging debate. At top speed, no one could actually see the pattern of the hooves to determine how they actually touched the ground. Did all of them leave the ground at once, or were there one or two hooves on the ground at all times? In 1878, photographer Edward Muybridge solved this problem once and for all with an ingenious method. Before Muybridge, the hoof position question was a genuine scientific and artistic puzzle. Painters and illustrators often depicted galloping horses like a rocking horse. Muybridge finally solved the horse-running hoof debate by lining up cameras along a track, each triggered in sequence as the horse ran past. The images prove that at full gallop, all four hooves do leave the ground. His photography is frequently included in art history, showing that technical and scientific innovations can cross the barrier into art and back.
Wow, okay, that is very interesting, man. That was a good vibe
I
switch,
actually
guy.
had this thought too. When God says, let us make man in our image, the us that he's referring to is what's called the divine council. A lot of people in the comments were like, oh, he's talking about the Holy Trinity. No, he's not. The Holy Trinity wasn't fully agreed upon when this story was written. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Holy Trinity wasn't fully established until the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, where they also established the divinity of Jesus, but that's another video. So the divine council was a council of deities that God would consult with in the Old Testament, one example being in Genesis 1 through 3. Another example is in 1 Kings 22, where God consults with the council to decide on if he's going to send an evil spirit to trick a king into going into battle and dying there. But bringing it back to Genesis, I noticed something while looking at the two creation stories in Genesis 1 and in Genesis 2. All throughout chapter 1, the word God is used, but in chapter 2, they use Lord God instead. So if we're going with the theory that it's two different creation stories in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, it's not that hard to also infer that it's two different gods creating two different batches of humans. It kind of makes sense when you think about it, because the God in chapter 1 is happy with his creation and he tells them to like go on, be fruitful and multiply. And the God in chapter 2 kind of has his creation isolated off in the garden by themselves, and the only rule that he gives his creation is to not eat from the tree of knowledge. And when they do, they are sent out of the garden to go live on earth with the people who were created in Genesis 1. And in chapter 2, they don't start multiplying until after they're kicked out of the Garden of Eden. But in chapter 1, God tells them to be fruitful and multiply immediately. I don't know. I think you might be onto something.
Oh, my friend, again you say little knowledge is extremely dangerous.
Supposedly, in December 1972, Apollo 17 went to the moon. At least that's what they told us in school. And if that was true, what is this?
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit.
Huh?
That's awesome.
Really?
We should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment.
I thought we did this already.
That's awesome.
Why?
I was a kid until now. Me being an adult, I have never believed that they have went to the... Mind you, let's remember, the moon is almost 250,000 miles away. The technology we have now, we didn't have then. And they said numerous times, over and over again, we went there before, but we can't go back. So I always said to myself, you mean to tell me that the technology that we had before was more advanced than the technology that we had now? We can get to the moon in 1972 with first grade technology, and you can't get to the moon in the 2000s? Where they do that at? But you always know that the truth comes out. Mind you, this is something that they are going to try and downplay. Let me put it up there again so you can hear it.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome.
I need you to jump down a rabbit hole and see how many people said that they never been to the moon before. Do you believe they went to the moon before? No, I'm really asking. Do you believe that they went to the moon before? Because he just said that this will be the first time of them going to the moon right now. And I don't even believe they're going to go now. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. You heard it, right? I'm out.
What?
Back in Utah.
Wow, look at this.
Be natural formation. It's got to be. This has to be natural.
Looks like a face.
It has to be. Especially with a little entrance right here. It's got to be natural. Natural formation. Nobody made this at one point. Nope.
What?
Natural. Completely natural. Let's give it one more zoom. Yeah, let's see what we got.
Looks like a face of someone who has opened their mouth.
Okay. Ooh.
Or am I seeing my own things? Look.
Okay, so if I'm tripping, let me know in the comments.
Yeah, that's
please.
what it looks like.
But if y'all see what I see, or if y'all see something different, let me know in the comments.
That one does not look real to me, my friends, but please leave your comments.
At the Diomede Islands at the most narrow point, allegedly, you have a 10 a.m. on a Saturday, but a 7 a.m. on a Sunday, which leaves a 3 hours of missing time. They have entered empty space into this region here. Or let's say they've created space by removing something. When I measured 3 time zones, it is approximately 1,000 miles. So there are 3 time zones. How big is that? How much land would that be if you were to measure that? So I took just a snip across 3 time zones and took that same snip and I just created a space. So it looks like the land at the top goes all the way across, and I started to follow it across and I said, hey, it actually comes down here, and Terra means land, and I saw this land off the coast of North America. And that actually says Terra de Jesu. And it is right there in the middle of the Pacific.
What?
And when I type that into the Latin to English translation, it says the land of Jesus. This side here is North America, and it used to, even on the Mercator map, all the way up to the top, it's called California. And this land in the middle is called Terra de Jesu. And this here is called the Mer de Jesu, the Sea of Jesus. So we have one straight on that side, and we have one straight on that side. Straight is the gate, and they have deleted what was in the middle by removing the time zones. On the old maps, everything counts upward all the way around. So you'd have 180, 185, and they go up by 5s.
Wow.
However, in the new version of the spherical Earth, they actually remove that and they stop everything at 180, and then they count backwards to the opposite meridian, which is in Greenwich. So therefore, they've completely cancelled out any problem of people wondering what happened to these longitudes.
What? This is unbelievable, my friends, all for entertainment purposes. Believe me, there's even more to come.
These things, but they keep silencing me. So this is just a one push for everybody to get some awareness. All the ones on my page, they won't make available for the For You page.
But this could be that strange tree.
Get on the page, make yourself aware.
There's a tree that looks like this one that is believed to be not of this world. Could it be that tree?
Or not. So 3I Atlas, that interstellar comet headed towards Earth, right? They just confirmed that it's 5 kilometers wide and weighs 33 billion tons, right? That is larger than Mount Everest laid on its side, and it weighs more than 5,500 pyramids of Giza. Yes, I did the math. Point being, right after they released this information, Lil Petey called his meeting in Quantico with all the top military generals. And the orange is going to be there. Tell me why? Because listen, objects this big have ended civilizations before. For example, the one that took out the dinosaurs was only half of this size. What? Even if this thing just swings by us, it could still cause disruptions with Earth. And on top of all of this, you have a Harvard scientist named Avi Loeb who is standing 10 toes down that this is alien technology and that it probably is not friendly. So what does the Pentagon know? Is there something on the way? Is it impact? Is it contact? Let a girl know if I'm tripping.
Oh my god, or as well it could be all for entertainment. People playing tricks on others. Now look at this.
It's a rock, it's something, it's from the aliens. What the fuck is this? It's from the sky. Nothing should be like that from the sky.
This one looks very fake. Please leave your comments.
Shut up! What is this?
Huh?
What is this?
Human superpowers.
Shadow control.
human spider? Could that be the reason why they made that movie Spider-Man? What is this? What is this? Why does this guy got fire in his hand? Who's this? People are saying these are human superpowers. So you mean there's humans out there that have superpowers that we don't know about? Question is, why I don't got them? Waterbender? Invisible barrier? Telekinesis? I know you heard about that. Diamond tears? Come on now. Human spider? Invisible barrier? Who are these people, guys? Shadow control. Shut up! Listen. So you mean to tell me shadow control?
Oh.
Sounds like... Don't you even say it. Because things like this always made me wonder. Is someone behind me? Is someone in front of me? Is someone mimicking me when I'm walking? I always thought shadows were questionable. Especially when you see things like this. You start to wonder how. How is that possible? Something is going on here, guys. And apparently humans have superpowers that we ain't never seen before. I heard people say that they being controlled by a shadow. You know what? Get ready, guys. It's not a game. You see it. Humans have superpowers. Who the hell made this picture, actually? This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know who made that picture. Could be an artist that got some skills and that don't really mean nothing. And why the human spider was the only dark-skinned one there? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
Humans are extremely incredible and unique. About this one, I think it was more cartoon than real.